What are you doing to steward the revelation that he's given you thus far, the wisdom that he's given you, the passion that he's given you, the identity that he's given you? What are you doing with that right now? Before you ask God for another step, before you ask God to do more, what are you doing with what he's already done in your life? If it rains one more days in a row, it's going to have rained several days in a row. It was all but flooding yesterday. Look, check it out. That's me. So this entire thing started when I was talking to God the other day. This is the question that God asked me the other day. Let me give you a little bit of context. So anybody who knows me knows that I am an overthinker. I personally think it's a good thing. It's a good thing to think a lot. I use my brain a lot. I'm just a thinker, right? I was having this conversation with God and I was talking to him about the million things that I have questions about, things that I would like to have answers to, things that are going on in my life. And out of a really genuine heart, I asked God to give me a battle plan. Like, give me a battle plan for the things that I struggle with. Give me a game plan for the things that I want to do for the kingdom. Give me fresh ideas. Give me fresh revelation. And I wasn't complaining, but I was just pouring my heart out to God like, come on, God, like I need you. And I felt like it was really genuine. I felt like it was really honest. Like, I need you, God. And you know those moments where you're like, I need you, but there's kind of like this I need you, God, versus like boo-hoo, I need you, like I need you. And you know the difference, like we all need God. If it wasn't for God, we couldn't even take our next breath, but it was one of those pity party, I need you, like please help me, please. So in the middle of my pouring my heart out to God saying, oh God, please, God stops me and he asks me that question. He goes, what are you doing about it right now? It was so good and so bad all at the same time because it was such a slap in my face. Like, how dare you ask me that question? But also this giant realization, I realized I'm not doing anything. You ever take a look around and you feel like you're moving, like you feel like you're sprinting, like you're doing lots of stuff, and then you actually stop and you look around and it's more or less like treadmill. You may just look like you're moving, but you're not going anywhere. So I kind of realized that's what God was telling me. I realized that I'm over here and I'm asking God for steps A through Z, and I haven't put any kind of movement. I haven't put any kind of effort towards any of the things that I was seeking God about, like some passions that I have in my life, some things that I want to accomplish for the kingdom, for my family. I'm like, God, give me a game plan. Like, God, write it up. Like, just drop it in my lap. And God asked me, he said, what are you doing about it right now? The things that you're struggling with right now, the things that you're praying and you're asking God, you're saying, God, remove this from my life. What are you doing about it right now? Are you doing anything about it? Or are you sitting there with your hands crossed, waiting on God to do something about it? And I understand that there's many ways that this could go, especially in the Christian faith. There's this train of thought that thinks that God does absolutely everything, and we just sit back and whatever God's going to do, he's going to do. There's people, and I do this. I struggle with this a lot, but there are people who they try to do everything themselves and they leave God out of everything. And there's this, sometimes I hate this word, but sometimes it's the only word you need to use. There's this balance. The Bible doesn't really call it a balance. The Bible calls it a co-laboring. It is me and God, and we both get yoked up together and we both work. We both head towards the same goal. I know that he's doing all the work, but I have to be right there with him. I have to be moving as well. But that blew me away, and it was such honestly, it was a gut punch because I had to really look in the mirror and saying, Alex, you're not doing anything. The things in your life that you don't want in your life, what are the steps you're taking to get them out of your life? And I'm not saying you need to do things before God intervenes. Like, you better show God that you're trying before he does something. But I'm really not talking to baby Christians right here. I'm not talking about people who don't have an understanding of what I'm about to say. There are people out there who are watching this YouTube video right now who, you understand the word, you understand the authority you have, you understand the life that is in the word. I keep looking over here. My Bible's over here, sorry. But you understand what is in here. You understand that he lives on the inside of you. You understand you're a brand new creation. You understand your identity, but still sometimes you get in this place to where you're struggling with something or you're struggling to really get the rubber to meet the road. And God's saying, hold on now. What are you doing what have you done with all the revelation that wow, man, I thought this video was going to be about something else. Like you get to talking and God expounds on it. What are you doing with the revelation that I've given you so far? We're seeking God for maybe not a fresh revelation, but for wisdom and revelation in this certain circumstance, in this thing that we're battling, or in this game plan for something we want to do for the kingdom. And God's saying, what are you doing with are you stewarding the revelation that I've already given you? What are you doing to steward that revelation? What word are you standing on right now? Instead of going to God and saying, God, can you do this for me? God's saying, I've already put brand new life on the inside of you. I've already given you so much wisdom and knowledge and revelation. How are you stewarding that wisdom and that revelation that I've given you thus far? You guys got to see this. People are always getting hurt when I'm trying to shoot videos. The skies turned black in like 5 minutes. I was out here shooting that other part like whoa, lightning, we got to go. So I want to read you the scripture, and then I want to ask you the same question that God asked me. What are you doing about it right now? But actually, I want to take it even further. What are you doing to steward the revelation that he's given you thus far, the wisdom that he's given you, the passion that he's given you, the identity that he's given you? What are you doing with that right now? Before you ask God for another step, before you ask God to do more, what are you doing with what he's already done in your life? So let me read you this. Proverbs 29:18, it says, where there is no vision, the people perish. I looked up that word vision in the original Hebrew, and it's also translated as dream. That is amazing. Where there is no vision or there is no dream. So God asked me, what are you doing about your situation right now? What are you doing about your circumstances? What are you going to do about the dream that you, or the thing that you were trying to chase? And you're asking me, God, help me to do this. What are you doing about it right now? But I'm going to ask you guys, like it says in Proverbs, if we don't have a dream or if we don't have a vision, a perspective about it, it says that we're going to perish. The whole thing is going to perish. So I'm going to ask you guys, what is your vision? What's your perspective over the situation that you're facing right now? Whether it's something that you're trying to get out of your life or it's something that you're trying to pursue with God's help, what's your perspective? What is your vision on that thing? Or what is your dream? Like, have you ever sat down and looked at it? Even if it's something that you're struggling with, even if it's like a sin in your life that you're battling, what is your dream about that? I mean, when you look at that thing, I don't mean a literal dream when you go to bed, but like, what is your daydream about it? Do you see yourself struggling with that thing forever? Or do you see yourself in this imaginative, like in your imagination, like in your dream? Like if you close your eyes and you dream about it, do you see yourself as struggling? Do you see yourself as defeated? Or do you see yourself the way the Bible tells you? And also in that thing that you're wanting to go out and you're wanting to do for the kingdom, in your new business, in the thing that's not even a business, but it's just, it's a thing. It's a thing that you want to do. How do you see yourself? How are you dreaming about that thing? How are you, when you close your eyes, how do you see yourself in that new business or in that new adventure that you're trying to take? What are you doing about it right now? What is your dream? What is your vision towards the circumstance that you're in right now? I love you guys. As always, launch out into the deep. Please don't just watch YouTube all day long. Get up off your couch. Get off the phone. Don't watch YouTube. Don't scroll on Instagram or TikTok or Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook. There's something new. Shauna was telling me about something new, and it's like, it's thunder. Pinterest. God, there's a lot. There's so many. I love you guys. He has spoken! I hope you guys heard that, because if not, I'm gonna look really stupid. I love you guys. Launch out into the deep. We'll see you on the next video.